and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars Unbox, Unbag, and Build Per Bag. This time I'm here with set 75270, Obi-Wan's Hut. It was released on the 29th of December, the day after Christmas for UK and Europe, and for the 2nd of January 2020 for the US. It retailed at about $29.99, $24.99 in pounds, and $29.50 in euros. Comes with 200 pieces, is rated ages 7+, and comes with 4 minifigs. As you see down the bottom there, you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, and a Tusken Raider, one of the newer molded heads, which is, you know, whatever you want to think about it. They're ugly characters anyway, so having an ugly print doesn't really make much, ugly mold doesn't really make much of a problem for anybody, I suppose. I think I kind of prefer the old one just because I'm a little bit more on the classic side. My interest sways a little bit more to the classic side of things. I was looking up a little bit of information about this specifically for the review. I always give a little bit of kind of details that people may not know. And something I found I just have to mention here as well is it was located in Hubba Heights on Tatooine, in a certain place. I can't remember who was, Judland Wastes was also then. It was like Hubba Heights, Judland Wastes, Tatooine. But I just think Hubba Heights is just like, isn't that fantastic? I think that's nice. I think it's nice. So this set I pretty much bought because it has the same kind of colour scheme as the Mos Eisley set, which is probably a lot of the reason people buy it. Definitely the reason I bought it. A lot of the people thought that the clips around the whole hut were supposed to connect to the bigger build of Mos Eisley, and a designer has actually debunked that and said no, they're just for weapons. But it just, for the whole time that it didn't have an answer, people were thinking it just looked a bit too weird to be just for weapons, like, because it was like 2 on the walls and 2 on the bottom, which looks more like a clipping onto something method than just loads of places to store weapons. Now, I personally got this and Luke's Landspeeder just so I could put it all around Mos Eisley for whenever I have that built, because I just think it'll all look really nice together, and may actually try and get another one of these as well and edit it a little bit just to have another kind of hut there as well. Another interesting piece about this one is it has 36 pieces less than Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. Is on the shelf beside it and costs the same amount of money, which is just a little bit of information there, just a little bit strange. But anyway, getting on to the rest of the box here, we'll show you the top, which is standard enough. We have small print and the LEGO Star Wars logo. We have also then our minifigure 1-for-1. We have on the side no LEGO Life logo this time, unless it's on the other side. No LEGO Life logo, which is interesting that they took that off. Also then you can see the same thing, same print on the front as the back, all the small print there on the bottom. And then on to the back of the box. Now on the back of the box, we don't see the box saying play in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, because it was made a little bit before that. But I still have a feeling we might see this set, or at least something similar to it, in the game, because it goes over the whole Skywalker Saga. I'm sure we'll see this hut at some stage, because it was very close as well to the kind of game sets that have been coming out. But anyway, getting on to a little bit more about the back of the box, you can see here that it opens and closes whenever you want it to, which is nice. It seems to come with an awful lot of stuff here, an awful lot of little bits and bobs. You can see there's kind of a storage box in there as well for just to store some stuff in there. And to be honest, it looks like a decent little set and will probably be a nice addition, especially sitting alongside Mos Eisley Cantina. So, from the back of the box to the unbox. Let's see what we have in here. Well, that. Okay. Looks like we have 2 bags and an instruction book. And we do. We have 2 bags and an instruction book. We have no stickers, thank God. Just wondering, are they in? They never are, but just in case it's slipped in there somewhere. No stickers. 2 bags and an instruction book. I don't really know what else I can say about that, to be honest. I thought there would be more. I thought there'd be at least 3. But I guess not. It is probably a really small build. I haven't actually built it ever, so I don't know the actual size of it, so it probably is going to be tiny. But again, 2 bags, 1 instruction book, no stickers and no pieces outside the bag. Let's get on to opening bag number 1. So, bag number 1, and to be honest, there's like 2 or 3 nice pieces in here that are kind of a little bit unusual. Like these, nice for mocks, definitely. All of these pieces, definitely nice to add on to any of your Cantina mock. Definitely usable. Every single piece I think here is nice. But these little windows especially would be nice for making kind of a Mos Eisley city kind of mock. You'd be using them quite a lot, I think, if you did want to do that. Also, these pieces as well, you would probably be using quite a bit, maybe 2 of them and a little tiny dome on top, because there is kind of small, tall buildings like that. But yeah, definitely, if you want to make a mock, definitely worth the pieces here. Also then you can see the Tusken Raider, of course, in here, and Ben Kenobi's torso, so obviously we make the 2 figures like that. Those 2 figures first. Your small side here is quite interesting, in fact. These 2 lightsabers are actually a little bit kind of spotty. I don't know, like how to describe it. You can kind of see it there a bit, kind of spotty. I don't know, is that intentional? Because it does make the lightsaber hilt look a bit older, which is interesting. Which is why I'm not going to send anything back. But I also think it could be slightly intentional. Also then you can see some interesting parts here, and nice coloured parts there. The hairpiece for Obi-Wan. These kind of bits here, I'm not sure what they are. They're kind of strange looking lightsaber kind of bits. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So for the overview of bag number 1, a nice little selection of pieces, I think, to be honest. But yeah, let's get on to the build. I don't think this is going to take too long at all. There's not an awful lot of pieces here, so let's just get into it. So at the end of bag number 1, and we seem to have most of the hut done, to be honest. I think there's just a little build on either side now that goes on, so that can close off and then put the top on it then. But yeah, nothing too kind of complicated. Nothing really that interesting either. Fairly standard stuff. But it definitely looks nice. Like, the more I build it, like, the more I kind of enjoy it. It really does. Like, it comes together nicely, definitely. Also then you can see your 2 minifigures in this bag are the Tusken Raider and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And your spare parts here is not an awful lot, but definitely some nice pieces there. Yeah, like I love these, the colour of this and this. But yeah, that's it for bag number 1. Let's get on to bag number 2. So, bag number 2, and we have R2-D2 in here. We have the kind of, I'm not sure what to call it, the training thing that Luke Skywalker uses to train his lightsaber skills. Printed on both sides there. Nice little piece to have. Obviously, this is probably the most interesting piece in the set. Very nice to see there. Definitely great for mocks if you wanted to build Tatooine mocks again. Otherwise, not an awful lot of crazy looking pieces in there. But a nice selection all the same. And then our small side here, we get another lightsaber. We also get Leia's micro figure here as well. That's quite interesting to see there. And yeah, otherwise not an awful lot of crazy pieces. We've got a printed tile up here, which seems to be a number pad. Definitely a nice little addition. We also got a spare one of them as well. We got some interesting pieces here, to be honest. We got some skates. We got a skeleton leg in grey. We've also got a kind of telescope looking piece here. Some nice pieces, definitely some nice pieces. A set of binoculars there as well. But yeah, let's get on to the build anyway. This is the final build, so we'll see the finished piece at the end. So at the end of bag number 2 and the final bag, and it's finished. We have the whole model here set up. You can see there that it closes nicely, and that the roof kind of goes on there nice and well. We also have our 2 minifigures, R2-D2 and Farm Boy Luke, which is nice to see. Of course, there's nothing too interesting about them because we've seen them time and time again. Our spare pieces for this bag are as follows. This, on the other hand, they don't actually tell you where to put it. And through a little bit of looking around, I see that if you take out a bit from the inside here, this pole is supposed to be clipped on here. But if you take off the pole, the binoculars go there. And on the back of the box, you will see that the binoculars go on top of that. So it is just kind of added in there, but it's kind of surprising that they don't mention it at all. The end of the instruction booklet is as follows. It's literally like the lie again, 2020. That's not true. But something interesting, after the parts list there, we see there's no sets. Usually there's like a little display of sets that came out in that wave, but not this time. So that is the finished piece. Everything is here. Yeah, it was a nice enough little build, interesting, like it came together very well, but it wasn't exactly, nothing really that interesting or unusual in the building style. It looks very well, I think, once it's all built. But once it's closed, it kind of leaves a couple of questions, like why is the box in the doorway? And is there really a massive hole in Obi-Wan's hut like that? I don't think there is. There's a window, of course, but I don't think it's that big. But anyway, it definitely is a nice little set. Happy I have it. Definitely will look well with Mos Eisley and the land speeder once I have them all built. Your spares for the entire box are here. And that's pretty much all I can say. You also have your 4 minifigures and your spare little binocular set. Thanks a million for watching my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And comment down below if you think there's anything that needs to be said. Thanks a million, guys. See you again. Take care.